Good morning everybody, my name is Robin and welcome to my channel BirdsEyeStitches. This is a channel about cross stitch, so if you are new here then welcome. I hope you are here because you have a love of cross stitch like I do, and if you're returning then also welcome. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel and for choosing to spend a little bit of your day with me. I know right now especially there is Flosstube like crazy. We are 13 days into December, so it's December 13th. Tons of Flossmas videos out there. I mean, tons. I can't even keep up. So that has been really fun just to see all those daily updates. I know there's giveaways going like crazy. Super fun. So again, if you are here, welcome. Welcome and thank you. I had quite a few comments on my last video, so thank you for that. I love seeing the comments and being able to talk to each of you guys. You know, I try to respond to every comment. I think I'm caught up. If not, watch my response here soon. But I did have a couple of questions. We have a new subscriber, Carrie. Hi Carrie, welcome. She says that she wanted to know what type of fabric I was using for the Oh My Darling piece. So I pulled that out. I will go over all of the pieces that I'm working on for the Whip Go more in depth, but since she asked the question, I figured I'd pull it out and show it. So Carrie, I am using a piece of 36 count linen from Stitch Me. The color is Martini. So it looks like this. I love this color fabric. And luckily, I will have enough fabric off this piece to do more than just this one. It's very wrinkled, but as you can see, I've got fairly decent size piece of fabric for this piece. So I should be able to stitch something besides this on there. I love it though. So Carrie, that was Martini by Stitch Me, 36 count linen. This is probably one of my favorite colors that she does, which is surprising because it's not gray, and typically I lean towards the gray, but this is more of a warm tone neutral, but it's not too warm, if that makes sense. I also had a question or a comment from Anne, my friend Anne. She is the one that I am stitching Russian windows with. She gave me a tip that said what she does if she's trying to keep track of, you know, the orientation on her piece. I know in my last week's video I talked about how I was kind of confused as to what side was up because some of these pieces I haven't touched in so long. She says she takes a piece of extra floss and just runs it across the top of the piece. Genius idea, super easy. Why didn't I think of that? I don't know, but I will 100% be using that. So thank you so much for that suggestion, Anne. All right, jumping right into it. This should be a fairly quick video. I had a really busy week last week at work. My hair is driving me a little bit batty. Between the hair and the hood, it's a lot, but anyway. So last week at work was fairly busy, so I didn't get a whole lot of stitching in during the week, but I got all kinds of stitching in on my day off. I'm in between classes right now, and so that means instead of spending my weekend split between homework and cross stitch, I could just do cross stitch. So that's been fabulous. Because of that, I have not one, but two finishes. So two finishes to show you, an FFO, which is super exciting, very excited about it, and a little bit of whips and a little bit of haul. I got some really nice, a really nice gift in the mail that I'm excited to show you, just a tiny little bit of haul beyond that. And then I have the giveaway winner for the Lakeside Linen at the end. Lots of you guys are really excited about the Lakeside Linen. I didn't write down her name, but I did have a subscriber who said that the name of it was probably, I'm looking at it right now, Vintage Luna, which now that I saw that, now yes, I do believe that that's what it's called, Vintage Luna. Anyway, I have a winner for that, and then I have another giveaway at the end, so we will jump right in. All right, whips. So I am a member of the International Cross Stitch Pen Pals group, which I am woe behind in. So my poor pen pal, it's coming. It's coming very soon, as soon as I finish this. So pen pal, if you are watching, look away. But for my pen pal, I will be stitching a piece out of this book, it's just a teeny tiny little thing. I've got a couple little things lined up for her because it is Christmas time. But what I'm stitching is just this little guy here. I'm not going to say what it is, but it looks like this. I thought this would be super quick and easy. That was fake news. I'm stitching on a piece of scrap linen. I got this far, so I'm not saying what it is, but so this part was easy stitching. There's a little bit of fluff going on because of the back stitch, but let me tell you, back stitching with nothing to back stitch around is really hard. I really struggled with this. This literally took me an entire hour. 1 hour was spent. I got that far. So it needs a little hat, then there needs to be another one and such. But I'm looking to get that one done today so I can get the rest of these goodies out. Okay, pen pal, if you are watching this and you looked away, feel free to come back. But that is on my to-do list for today. In fact, as soon as I stop filming and while this is uploading, I will be working on that. Then we had just a little bit of a, not really a road trip, but we had we were in the car for about an hour and a half, which I live kind of outside of town, so that usually happens where everywhere I want to go is like 45 minutes to an hour. But if we're driving through town and stuff, I don't really pull out my stitching, but if we go anywhere else, then I'll usually pull out my car stitching piece. I feel like, I know I've said this before, but I really just need to take some time. Maybe I'll do it. I have a break from work coming up. I took a week off of work right before New Year's, so maybe I will put some time into this just to finish it. It's a Halloween piece, so it doesn't really call to me right now, but I just want to finish this thing so I can get it out of the car. But this is Buttons and Beads Mill Hill Magic Shoes, like this. It's a kit, so called for everything. I've gotten to here. I just put in a whole bunch of purple, so lots of purple was put in. One day there will be some real progress made on this piece, but that day was not this week. There was progress made on 2 other pieces though. So finish number 1. Finish number 1. I'm sure you guys could guess because of how close we were last week, but Bluebird Rhapsody by Artful Offerings. This guy here. We have a finish. I did not, I haven't washed and ironed the piece, so it's a little bit wrinkly, but that's okay. So this is Artful Offerings. It was stitched on a piece of 28 count lime sherbet linen. I got that at the Attic Needlework, which is my local LNS. It is called for almost everything. It's a mix of DMC and specialty floss. The one thing that I did do that was different, and I'll try to zoom in on it a little bit, is I pulled a different color for the tree. So I don't know how the light's picking up on this, but I love this color for the tree. It is stitched in DMC 4000, one of their variegated flosses. It is really pretty. It is a mix of, there's like browns in there, but and then it almost pulls a little bit blue, like a blue-gray color. So really pretty. That's probably been the favorite color that I found for a tree so far. I'm on the hunt for a good brown, maybe brown, I don't know. I need a good color for a tree, and I need to find it fairly soon because I am planning to stitch the temperature tree by Stitching Mommy for 2021. And I know myself, I know that if I do not stitch the tree now, at least the bulk of the tree, that I will never keep up with stitching my leaves. So I'll go over this when I go into plans, but I have the pattern. I need to stitch the tree like before the 1st, which means I need to dig through my floss to find a good brown, because I don't really love the brown that it's charted in. It's okay. I mean, I know the whole focus is the leaves, but if I'm gonna stitch a whole bunch of brown, I want it to be like variegated or something. Anyway, this is done. I have absolutely no idea what I'm gonna do with this. On the pattern shows it as a pillow, which is super cute, but I don't know. It won't really match my house if I make it as a pillow. I don't know anybody else that has these colors in their home. I may just see if I have a frame laying around. I might. I'm looking up at my stash of Goodwill frames up there. I might have something that this will fit in. I don't know, but it is done. So I really love stitching it. I did not stitch the crowns only because I didn't really understand what the crowns had to do with the piece, I guess. And then I did not stitch the music notes. I guess it is called Bluebird Rhapsody, so maybe I should have, but I like when things are more open, and I feel like this was busy enough, so just for my taste personally, I just didn't love the look of the music notes and everything all thrown in there. So for me, this was perfect. I like the little bit of open area, the small flowers. I love it. So I'll do something with it. Don't know what, but we have a finish. Very excited about that. All right, the next finish that I had was from a magazine. So I started last week working on a piece from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher Christmas edition. The piece that I was working on was this one here, the same one that many of you all are working on. This is Winter Cardinal Etching. I talked about this last week, but when I saw the piece in my mind, I had a vision in my brain. I really saw like a really dark colored fabric and then the aspen trees, and then I also wanted to do the bird to where it was almost like a reverse shadow, like so just very, very light colored as well. Almost monotone, but not quite monotone. That's not the right word. You know what I'm trying to say. Almost one color. Almost, but not quite. So I chose to stitch this piece on a piece of 28 count linen from Stitch Me. There was not a color associated with it because I won it in a Friday night fight night. It's a very, very deep blue, almost like a chalkboard in a way, just the way that the piece is kind of has that modeling to it, but it's not gray. It's definitely more of a blue. Then I chose to stitch the trees. I just chose 2 coloring cottons from my stash. I have the color Natural Cotton for the trees, and then I was gonna stitch the bird, or the cardinal. I have a hard time calling it a cardinal now that it's no longer red. But the cardinal was stitched in icy gray, also from coloring cotton. My lighting is better today, so that is the icy gray, and then this is the natural cotton. So they are different, but not super different. Also, this icy gray is fabulous. I might need to pick up some more of this because it's just really pretty. You know I love the grays. The blue is a nice cool blue. It's just really pretty. I like this piece. So I started working on it last week. I picked it up yesterday morning. I had some free time. I was watching movies with my daughter. We watched Home Alone. You know, it's Christmas time. So we were watching some movies. I picked up this piece, and before I knew it, it was finished. So I finished the piece. I also fully finished it. So I will show you what that looks like here. This is Winter Cardinal Etching in none of the called for anything, but it is just beautiful. I ended up finishing this piece in a box, as you can see here. It's a box, so finished it in a box. I got this box from Goodwill. This was picked up at the same time as the day that I found all of that glorious linen fabric. This is a Betsy box. They sell it at the Attic Needle Workshop. It's a little bit dinged up here and there. I may fix that at some point, but for right now, I think it's perfect. Guys, this box was like $4, so I mean, seriously, it's beautiful. I've never owned one of these boxes, so when I saw it, I definitely had to have it, and I didn't know what to put in it. I wasn't planning on putting this piece in this box. It just so happened that when I finished it, I knew it would fit. I kind of wish it was a tad bit bigger, but that's okay. Having it this way allows for the fabric, you know, to kind of pop a little bit, and it makes it so it's not quite so white. But I love it. The Cardinal, I'm trying to see if I swap sides, if it will pick up a little bit better, but The Cardinal is actually a light blue. When I see it in person, it is definitely different from the trees. I tried when I was stitching to do like up down here in the breast instead of the side to side. In my brain, that was a good idea because I was thinking it would be like a little bit of a different effect. And it is a different effect. I just don't quite know. Like if I was gonna do it again, I would probably just do the side to side motion all the way across. But I love it. I think it turned out beautifully. And I'm really excited because not only did I finish something, I FFO'd something, which if you know me at all, if you've been watching my channel, you know I don't do that very often. And I'm going to be better about it for next year. So this will go on my little, I've got like a little stitching spot here behind me. I think I'm just going to use it to hold maybe like, you know, some special to me stitch items. Like if I find like a nice pair of scissors, and I don't know what's gonna go in here, but the box is nice. And Goodwill find, this fit perfectly. It matches the white, all about it. So really happy with that. If you have this magazine and you are stitching it, let me know. I would love to see if you're stitching it the regular called for way, or if you are changing it up. Since it only has 2 colors, it's really easy to kind of to do that change. And it's a really quick piece. I am not the quickest stitcher. I've only recently started tracking how much time things take me. That piece there, the Cardinal, took me just under 9 hours to complete. And there's not that much stitching there, but still, I believe it was like 8 hours and 56 minutes or something like that. So just under 9 hours to do that whole piece. I won't tell you how long it took me to put it in that box. I think that took me like, well, it took me a while. So it seemed easy, but it was a little bit more difficult than I expected, but it worked and it's beautiful. So I'm going with it. All right, that wraps up my stitching. So 2 finishes in FFO, 2 tiny whips, tiny bit of haul. In fact, I only have one thing for haul that came in. It was my color and cotton. I was a member of the Fabric of the Month Club for this previous year. This will be my last fabric that I get from them. I canceled it with the idea of, number one, I have so much dang fabric, I probably don't need to be part of any other Fabric of the Month Club. Then, as I said in last week's video, I discovered another fabric company. What are they called? Oh my goodness, my brain just completely blanked. They had the really, Fortnite Fabrics. I discovered Fortnite Fabrics, loved their fabric, ended up signing up for their Fabric of the Month Club. So good intentions, didn't work out, but that's okay. So anyway, long story to say, this is my last piece of color and cotton that I will get, at least in the automatic Fabric of the Month Club. The color I got here is in the color Blush. It's a 32 count Belfast. I don't think I'm in the neutral club. I'm in the other one. It's really nice. It's truly the color Blush, which is making everything very interesting with the yellow shirt and the blush color, but that is pretty true. Yeah, that's pretty true to the right color. So this is a beautiful piece. I'm going to be using this for something just because it is a little, it's Christmassy, but it's also still kind of neutral. So it's not like, you know, it's not in your face Christmas. Like, I like in your face Christmas, but this is not in your face Christmas, but it could be used for something Christmassy. Or this could be used for something not Christmassy. I say it does pull more to a neutral color without being brown. So really nice. I love Color and Cotton's fabric. I just, you know, you do it for a year and then it's like, let's do something else. So next year will be Fortnite Fabrics, 12 Shades of Gray. I say I want to do something different and then I sign up for a club that's all gray, but I love gray. Okay, the other thing that I got in the mail was actually a random act of kindness. My friend Shelly, she is a member of the Magazine Monthly Challenge group. She is a fantastic human being. She's a bag maker. She doesn't have a shop or anything. She actually does this just for fun. If she ever opens a shop, I will 100% be a customer. Shelly, just letting you know. But anyway, so she makes these bags for fun. She will often actually offer up a bag as a giveaway item on the Magazine Monthly Challenge group in Facebook, which is super generous. Not all the time, but every once in a while. Like I said, she does this as a hobby, and she is a kind soul who loves to share her talents and give out bags. So she mailed me a bag, and I was completely blown away. She had messaged me, of course, for my address, so I knew that she was mailing me something. I, assumed it was like a card or something along those lines because 'tis the season. And then I opened my mailbox, and I will show you what arrived. So it's beautiful. In fact, I know I've talked about my favorite bag. It's kind of tucked away, but my favorite bag has some birds on it. It's a fairly simple bag. It's by Evertote. It's just got like a white background with some little black birds and some little red berries. So it's got birds, of course. I love the birds, but it's just nice and simple, and it's probably my favorite bag. This one is going to join it in my group of favorite bags. Just number one, it was a gift, and it's Christmas and birds. So sorry for the glare, but Shelly sent me this. She made it. It says handmade for you by Oh My Ada, which is an adorable name. By the way, Shelly does have a Flosstube channel. I believe that it's called Oh My Ada. I didn't look that up before I started filming, but I will be linking her below. I think she films once a month. So she made this. The inside fabric is a sparkly red with white snowflakes, which red with the white is my favorite for Christmas time. And then the fabric on the back, they're birds, they're cardinals with snowflakes. I'll be using this year round, 100% year round. So this bag is beautiful. I mean, love it. Then there's also a zipper fob, scissor fob, one of these things, the little danglies that you can put on your zippers or your scissors. And she made sure to let me know that you could obviously use this with your scissors. So it'll also be a year-round thing. I love the little peppermint. It is super cute. So thank you for that. Then she also sent this really pretty needle minder. It's a butterfly. It is very, very pretty. So my daughter was already eyeing it. I told her she starts stitching, she can use it. But beyond that, I'm keeping it. So Shelly, thank you very, very much for that kind gift. There's also a card. I forgot. How pretty is this card? I forgot to ask. Shelly, did you make this card or did you purchase this card? I don't know, but it's beautiful. It's going up on I've got a little thing that I put cards that I get from Stitch Friends on. So little card. The card, I feel like you probably made this. I don't know, but I mean, it matches this bag. Like, it matches nice. So Shelly, thank you again. I will link her channel below. So she does not have a shop, but she does make the bags for fun, and she does a beautiful job at it. So, all right, that is all that I have. So today is going to be a very, very quick video, just because I was just on last week, and well, only had a couple days of stitching. They were eventful stitching days, but only a couple days of stitching got done. So quick video, which is okay. I personally enjoy the quick videos the most. Oh, maybe it's not quite it. Giveaway. Giveaway stuff and plans. I write things down and then I don't look at it again. So anyway, plans. I will be finishing my piece for my International Cross Stitch Pen Pal. So getting that done today while this uploads. I have Majestic Unicorn is on my Q-Snap downstairs, so I need 6 hours on that piece for the Magazine Monthly Challenge. Also, I just really want to put some time into that piece to hopefully get it close to done. And if I could finish a full coverage piece by the end of this year, along with these two pieces, that would be nice. So the unicorn is on the Q-snap. I will be starting Russian windows. I know I talked about starting that this last week, but then I talked to my friend Anne, and we are starting it in December together, but her birthday is on the 16th. And so she's starting it on the 16th, so I figure I will also start it on the 16th and then keep it in my rotation on the 16th of the month. So I'll be starting that on the 16th, and then I need to find a brown for my temperature tree. If you guys have a good suggestion on a nice brown, not silk, I don't want to go silk only because I don't own very many silks, so chances are I wouldn't have what you recommend anyway, but I do have quite a bit of cotton floss and hand-dyed floss. I could also order, you know, a couple skeins of a floss if you know of a good one to use. So let me know in a comment. I'd like to get that started probably next week. Like I said, I do have a whole week off, and my main focus is going to be to stitch that tree just to get the base of it out of the way, so that I can hopefully keep up with the goal of stitching that tree for 2021. My friend Carolyn Seaswick Stitch, she has been stitching the temperature tree this year in 2020. At some point I made a comment to her and my friend Andrea in our, we chat often, but at some point I made a comment saying that I wanted to stitch that tree next year. And of course, if you know Carolyn at all, you know that she does not forget things, and you know, she's like the super planner, so she knows my plans better than I know my plans, and so she reminded me that I was going to be stitching the temperature tree next year. I had already purchased the chart, and so, and I love trees, and I love the idea of tracking a temperature, so I'm going to do that. But I got to stitch the tree, so that is on my list. That's it for plans. Giveaways. I was giving away this last week this beautiful piece of 32 count Lakeside linen in the color Vintage Luna. It is a very light tan, sorry for the glare. It says it is a 16 by 16 piece. I have not opened this package. I assume it really is. Again, I got this at my local Goodwill. It originally came from the Attic Needle Workshop, which is a fantastic needle workshop. It's my local one. I cannot wait till we kind of reopen in a more normal fashion to do the stitch-in nights and things like that. In the meantime, I buy most of my fabric from them if I'm looking local. In fact, every time I go there, I buy a piece of fabric. Goodwill had tons. So got it at Goodwill. I am passing this on to one of you guys. The keyword was Lakeside. I really liked seeing all the different ways that you guys use that keyword in your comments. That was really fun to read. But I used the random comment generator, and the person who won this is Donna Coffee. So Donna, I love your last name, Donna Coffee. Donna, congratulations. I will put a comment on your comment. I didn't used to do that, but what happens is if people don't watch and don't keep up, I mean, of course the idea is that you want people to continue watching the videos, but I also really want to get this stuff out to you guys. And so if you don't watch the video, then I end up just kind of having it pile up, and then I get behind, and I really want to give this out to you guys. So I'm going to put a comment on your comment, Donna, just to let you know. And then if you will please send me an email, birdseyesstitches@gmail.com. That's below as well. But just send me an email with your address. I will ship it to you anywhere you would like. I will get this guy in the mail. So congratulations, Donna. I hope you enjoy the linen. I do. All right, for this week's giveaway, I finished Bluebird Rhapsody. So I figure I will just do a pass the stash. I do have, I have the pattern. Obviously I make a working copy sometimes I make a working copy, sometimes I don't. In this case, I did make a working copy. So I have Bluebird Rhapsody by Artful Offerings. I would love to hand this down to somebody else. It's a really fun piece. It's a really quick piece. Maybe someone will even make a pillow. I don't know. But if you would like to stitch this, if you will just use the word, just the word bird, B-I-R-D. Use the word bird in your comment. And I will do that drawing either next week when I film again or the week after. Really trying to make sure that I'm on here every week or every 2 weeks, just so I don't get behind and because I like connecting with you guys all. So, all right, now that really is all that I have. I am right at 30 minutes. So if you have made it this far, then thank you so much for being here. I hope that everybody is staying safe. I hope that everybody is enjoying this holiday season, whatever that looks like for you. And happy stitching. I will see you all next time. Bye.